I am. I'm gonna help motivate some of you today. If you have not seen the focus factor, the class, the focus factor, take a second, type in the word checklist if you're on Instagram. If you are on TikTok, you will have to go to the link in my bio when I'm done. You can invest in just the checklist. I have a Canva version and I also have a web version because I need to get you moving and motivated today. Mark Mark is getting ready because he has to do marketing every single day. Mark has to do video marketing. Don't tell, I'm almost glad he's not standing here. So, how's it going? You got your notebooks? I've got my coffee. Let me do the same thing. So remember, if you are just watching, invite a friend. So let me wake some folks up. I got kids sitting in the driveway. Let's wake up some real estate agents. Let's see, who do we want to get here in the room? Oh, and Trina, because Trina's the one that wanted the mug. I got my Phoenix, Arizona mug. If you're just joining, I'm Carrie Little, your host of Coffee with Carrie, every Friday morning at 9:05 a.m. And today's conversation is beat top producers at their own game. How's it going in real estate? How's the business of real estate? It is August 1st as I'm live right now, and I want to know how's it going? Mark has been working, he has been doing the checklist. We got some things we have to check off. Mark has been doing the work. This is the old school, this is the traditional, this is the Canva version. Do I have a web version? Absolutely. So, how's business? How's business going? Is it working? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you closing deals? Mark he had two closings this week. He's doing the work. One deal a month is the goal for Mark, if you don't know. Mark's goal is to typically just work with flipping properties. And I can't even say he wants to work with investors. No, he wants to be the investor. People call him all the time and they're like, where is the deal? There is no deal because he's got the deal. So, how's it going? Tell me in the feed. Is business going well? Are you closing the deals? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel stuck? Because I'm going to help some of you get over the fact that maybe you're trying to be like somebody you're not yet. Maybe you need to become that influencer. Today, we are going to create video every single day. So in 31 days, I'm going to come back and give you the recap. It might be more like 35 days. I'm going to tell you how everything worked because I'm about to blow up TikTok and YouTube at least once a week. So here we are. It was great seeing some of you this week at Propel. You ready? Are you ready? I'm going to feed you with a fire hose. Some of you know I talk fast, so take notes. So, who wants to be my assistant today? Some of you like to take notes for me. I am Carrie Little. When I tell you what I share works, this really does work. I'm an instructor. I have been licensed since 2001 in Illinois, licensed in Florida since around 2022-ish, something like that. I worked for a builder. I've worked for McDonald's East Coast Real Estate Division for attorneys. I've been playing in the sandbox for a minute. And what I teach really does work. I love new real estate agents. I love real estate agents that are stuck because I am going to get you unstuck. I'm going to give you the basics. Here we go. You ready? Are you ready to take notes? If you're just joining on Instagram, type in the word checklist. If you're on TikTok, you will go to the link in my bio. If you're listening to the podcast, I'll make sure the link is there as well. So you can invest in the full masterclass replay, or you could just buy the web version of the checklist, or you can just simply get the Canva version of the checklist. So let me tell you what I watched. Some of you, I always tell you, you need to come outside. And what I mean by that is this is how you get to network with people like me, how you get to network with other real estate professionals. I'm going to be interviewing a top producer next week. That link is in my bio as well. Let me tell you, top producers work and think differently. I want to tell you who it was, but I'm not going to tell you who it was. And it's not who you think it was. It wasn't Sheena. It wasn't Nikki. No, it wasn't. But we all got to experience what a top producer does. They are about closing deals, and I got to see it in person. So I recently watched a top producer and another agent that produces pretty well. And I watched how they were talking about the past, and she was like, you know what, why when I told you to have your buyer sign the contract, why wouldn't you sign the contract? Why are you giving me so a hard time? She was like, look, we had all the terms and you were not getting the deal done. Top producers are about getting the deal done. So I watched them interact, and it was a really tough conversation, but they were laughing at each other because when you deal with a top producer, they are truly about what is next. Now, they really good top producers do a good job of bringing value to their clients. They do a really good job of getting the clients to make a decision based on the client, not based on what they want, but based on what the client wants. And so when I was watching this interaction, I was like, this is why top producers have a paycheck every single month for the entire year, and they have a pipeline for the future because they are moving on to what's next. Let me tell you some other things top producers do. They have figured out how to get the transactional work out of their own hands. They have figured out how to get someone else to help them. Even I struggle with that because I'm the control freak. So if you are someone that is like, you know, Carrie, okay, I need to get some help, you probably are at a point when you need to get some help. So the other thing I've watched top producers do well is they network and they have figured out what works for them. So if they're a cold caller, they cold call. If they walk their neighborhoods, they walk their neighborhoods. Some have figured out how to leverage artificial intelligence to work faster. Some of them have built teams. Some of them have transaction coordinators. Some people have hired people in other countries to help them. I'm not going to say be cautious, but just make sure you follow licensed law. So when I watched the other agents, they just signed the contract, she was serious about, I need to move on to my next client because you're holding up the transaction. So I gave you some tips on what they do. And they do what is best for them, not what is best for you. Their goal is to help their client. And I'll tell you, I even watched Mark deal with another agent. Now, Mark literally, he was ready to curse this other agent out. And I said, think about what this agent is doing. So this agent that was on the other side of the transaction with Mark, Mark was the buyer's agent. The other agent was the listing agent. This agent works for a top producing agent in this agent, let me say it this way. This agent works on a top producing team where they do 500 deals a year. Think about that. Let that sink in. 500 deals a year. And there, when I say right up the street, they are probably 10 minutes from my house. That's where this team is. And so I watched Mark say, Carrie, if I get one more text message from this agent, I'm liable to pick up the phone. I said, no. I said, this agent is trained to get you to do something. I will tell you, if whether you're a top producing agent or a seasoned agent, um, or an agent that works with someone else, you do need to discern who you're dealing with, because sometimes people are not, they're not going to react based on you. So I'll give you another scenario, and I'll come back to Mark and this agent. So I had an agent. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you who it is, and then you guys can tell him I told you who it is. Do any of you see the billboards? Andrew Holmes, and he talks to all of you about becoming investors and flipping. I dealt with Andrew Holmes years ago, for real, years ago. And when I say I dealt with Andrew Holmes, I was the buyer's agent. And this was for a property in the city that I live in. And so I'm the buyer's agent, and Andrew Holmes, we're under contract. He calls me up and he's like, Carrie, I can't get to the appraisal. I'm going to need you to go. I was like, you don't know who you're dealing with. I said, I'm so sorry that's not going to work for you. I'm not available. So you're going to have to get somebody else on your team or your office to go. He didn't know who he was dealing with. And I think he was shocked. And so I tell you that because that was the same thing that this other agent was doing to Mark. And what he didn't realize is, had he changed his tone, he'd have got Mark to do what he needed to do, or what he wanted him to do, because he hadn't figured out how to work with him. So there's Mark for the person that was looking for Mark. So don't come in here, Mark, because you're going to mess me up. I feel like, here he comes. So when this agent was texting Mark saying, hey, I need you to have your buyer sign the agreement now for a dollar amount that wasn't good enough, because Mark already knows. Mark, first of all, whether you guys see Mark closing deals or not, he's an investor and he's a flipper, and he lives in Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, Ace Hardware. He's online. He knows the numbers. He knows how much radon mitigation costs. So he was not dealing with this other agent well. So back to Andrew Holmes. So when Andrew sent me that text message, it wasn't text back then because I had a flip phone, and he called me and he told me what I was gonna do. He had the wrong one. Had he called me and he said, "Hey Carrie, I know you live near this property. Could you help both of us out? Could you just go let the appraiser in for me?" Had he done that, I'd have said, sure, no problem. But because he told me what to do and he didn't know that he was dealing with the kid that was born in April and this one was born in at the end of November, people are saying hi to you, Mark. They're not going to be able to hear you on one of mic. So I'm just telling you, and my other mic doesn't work. So, if I'm say hi, what are you doing?
That's
Are you ready for today? Are you ready to get your stuff done? What are you lean in?
they can't see me. Your head in the way.
Are you ready for today?
Yes. Are you?
Oh gosh, I've been ready.
I'm always ready.
Are you?
Bible say,
Mark, oh, Bible says what?
be ready so you don't have to get ready.
That's not what the Bible says. Is that Mark's version of the NIV? That is not what it says.
Be ye also ready.
Now that would be true. Be ye also ready. That sounds like King James version. So anyhow, if you want, if whether you're a top producer, a seasoned agent, a new agent, sometimes you have to figure out who you are dealing with to get people to do what they want. So top producers, again, are really good at getting people to do what they want, what they want you to do, but they got to know who they're dealing with. Right. Let me tell you, Tamika, you know what I am dealing with. He comes and says, "I told you about that." No, you didn't tell me. I digress. So, again, for those of you that are just joining, make sure you invite another realtor friend and type in the word checklist or the word list, because then you will get a DM to my masterclass. And you might as well just get the whole class. All right. So, another top producing agent makes sure their network of friends has an opportunity to own if the road to home ownership is hard. Now, what do I mean? Another, so there's a top producer that I watch, and this top producer always makes sure that they're inviting the friend. So so I gave you tips on what top producers do. Number one, they are always trying to figure out how to get you to do something you might not want to do. Number two, they will outwork all of you. Number three, they have figured out their niche. Number four, they go outside and they network. And number five, they are trying to learn something new. And number six, I can guarantee they read, even if it's for 5 minutes a day. And if for those of you that don't read, I'm promising you, my book will be done before the NAR conference, and it is a weekly read to get you to work. This is a great daily read for me. It is Daily Wisdom for Working Women. I don't even know if this still exists, but another realtor bought me this, which I thought was great. So if you're someone that doesn't like to read, go find something that you could read every week or every day, because people that are successful in business, they read. That is what the wealthy do. They read. All right, so here's the truth, straight no chaser, right? Here it is. You can absolutely beat a top producing agent at their own game. The title of this talk today on Coffee with Carrie is you beat a top producer at their own game. But here's what you need to know. It's not by playing their game. You can beat them by changing the game. There is an agent in Georgia that closed 100 transactions in his first year because he changed the game. He didn't do what top producing agents do. He changed the narrative, and he figured out what his niche was. And his niche was working with hedge funds. A top producing agent in my market back around 2003 or 4, I think her name is Denise Gill. She had already worked for a developer or a builder. And so she literally mailed two builders every single month, to the point where I don't think she really sells real estate anymore. So she retired before I did. She figured out what her niche was. And some of you need to figure out your niche because you are all over the place. Who was at Propel? Who heard Shahida Hill talk about how she, and I was like, Shahida, you were looking raggedy over on YouTube. She was like, yep. And then I went viral. And now she has a thumbnail. So, and she niched down. to the point where one of her tips was the next generation, the millennials, the Gen Y, the Gen Z, they will hire you without knowing you. She literally said because she had a YouTube channel, two of the buyers went to a builder, and when they got to the builder said, "Do you have a realtor?" And they were like, "I wish I had." What do I have? Let's see what I have. Oh, I got. This is what they did. Opened up their phone and they were scrolling on YouTube and they were like, "Yeah, it's Shahida Hill." Had never met them. Met her. They had never met her. Put her down on two deals. Wouldn't you like that? Niche down. So again, you can beat them by changing the narrative, right? You can beat them by changing the game. Top agents are busy, often overloaded, and sometimes a little too comfortable. And when I say a little too comfortable, some of you need to realize that even so, I've had agents say to me, Carrie, I don't want to mail to expireds because the agent in my office has been doing it forever. Do it different, change the game. For those of you that are looking for books, you can go read a book. You can go read a book on niching down. So I might need to do a class on owning your niche. Let me just give you a tip. My one stormy heart. What who is your client? Who do you find yourself working with? That's your niche. That's your niche right now. If you tell me you want to do luxury, you're going to work harder at it if you know you typically work with first-time home buyers. So, who's your network? Know your network. My network is Gen X. Some of them are still trying to figure out how to buy a house. Where I grew up, the median sales price was not huge. So, I know I am likely to work with a first time home buyer, a first time seller, and someone that's a first generational buyer, and someone that moves here from another country. So, my niche is truly buyers. Some of you are overthinking this. All right. So again, can you beat a top producer at their own game? Yes, but not by playing their game, you can beat them by changing the game. Change the game. Top agents are often busy, overloaded, and sometimes a little too comfortable. So again, go after the cancels and the expires. Instead of mailing to your entire neighborhood, go to Realist, go to Remind, go to RPR in your own neighborhood. Is there one foreclosure, pre foreclosure? Is there two? Is there three? Go after the pre foreclosures. Is there someone with a high self score in your neighborhood? You don't have to mail to all 300 houses, you can mail to 10. That part. So, 7 ways to beat a top producing agent at their own game. Remember, you're not playing their game. You need to remember you are not playing someone else's game. And some of you need to get off of social media and stop watching. And let me say, before I even give you the number one, for those of you, if all you see on social media is other real estate agents, it's your fault. It's because you're watching them and you're looking at them, and Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube is giving you what you're searching for. So go search for what you want. Go search for the businesses in your neighborhood. Go search for what other people aren't searching for. Go look up the luxury purses. Go look up the outfit. Go look up what you can do as a real estate agent or what you can shop for working with buyers. Because if you don't, you are going to be consumed and you're going to be addicted. And then you're going to be doom scrolling on social media to the point where you're going to be broke. So let me help you keep from being broke. You got it? You all said, I got it. Okay. All right. Pastor on Sunday. Got it? Got it. So, number one, 7 ways to beat a top producing agent at their own game. You're not playing their game. Number one, outwork their comfort zone. If you're uncomfortable with doing video, get over it. Get over it. Get over your ego. Get over the fact that you don't have on makeup. On TikTok, I'm real Carrie. On Instagram, I've got a filter. This is real Carrie. This is filter Carrie. So top agents often stop hustling because their past clients keep them afloat. And I'm going to tell you, I can think of a real estate agent right now that I keep saying, I need you to do video. I need you to not just post about your current clients, and I need you to do direct mail, and I need you to add another pillar to your marketing. It's a conversation all the time. But guess what my husband always said? Stop telling people what to do and wait till they ask you, right? What do they say? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. I'm here. You're here because you're ready. Some people don't listen and they keep doing the same thing, but I'm here to tell you in 10 years, real estate is going to be different. You have to leverage becoming an influencer. Amanda, you need to be the influencer. Gina, you need to be the influencer. One Stormy Heart, you need to be the influencer. Kathy Coca, you need to be the influencer. Sandra Cruz, Carlene, Mallory, you need to be the influencer. Um, let's see, who do I have over here? The net I can't see. Oh, Tina. Tina over on TikTok. I need to put my glasses on. You need to be an influencer. And an influencer doesn't mean that you have to create content every single day, but you need to be the go to person on social media. But you do know I want you to create content every single day. I'm here to tell you when you outwork someone in their comfort zone, if you are willing to do something different, people will see you outside and know you because that's what happens when I come outside. So, number one, outwork their comfort zone. Top agents often stop hustling because their past clients keep them afloat. Are you hungry? I have been working for 3 days straight building out my platform so you can type in the word checklist and you can invest in the focus factor because when you invest in the focus factor, I can help you work with what you are willing to do. I'm here. I can help you do what you are willing to do, even if you are dual career. Hey, Patty and Patty, you need to be the influencer. And by the way, I don't care how old you are, I'm over the age of 50. If you are deemed a senior over the age of 45, per the real estate book, people want to learn from you if you are older because you have wisdom. If you're the next generation, people want to learn from you because I'm learning from the 23-year-old because you guys are not afraid to do content. You're not afraid. So I need you to be the influencer. So you're hungry. Are you hungry? See, Patty, you got to do it. Patty, do the stuff that nobody's willing to do. And do it scared, by the way, everyone. So show up earlier, stay later, figure out how you're going to reach your network and follow up like your next paycheck depends on it because it does. The reason why I taught the focus factor back in December was because I realized that my husband was not doing what I wanted him to do. So I sat with him and I said, what are you willing to do? If I were coaching you, I would say, Patty, what are you willing to do every single day, especially for those of you that are dual career? And when you say adding another pillar, are you saying add a new gen prospecting method? How many methods is too many? What are you willing to do? So let me tell you, let me give you what I do. This is what we do. And when we don't finish, we just start over the next day. So every day, I'm going to give you my real checklist. So when you take the class and you watch the class, it'll even make more sense. So I get up, work out, coffee for the day. I didn't work out today because I didn't finish what I needed to finish. I say my daily affirmations and I do Spanish. I did my Spanish. Pray and read the word. I haven't done that yet. It's over on the board. I got my checklist of who I'm praying for. Check the hot sheet every single day. I send 1 to 5 handwritten note cards every single day. Mark's job is to call his network. His goal is to sell 20 lots in Mexico every single month. I post on social media. The goal is every single day. During the month of August, it's going to be a few times a day. Every day, mail to canceled and expireds. And when I say mail, I mean, when I say this every single day, I mean Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday. And then follow up on current leads. So if I were to give you the lead generation portion of this, send a handwritten note card, send a letter to a canceled or an expired, and post on social media and follow up. Notice I didn't say anything about direct mail marketing. My monthly, though, is to mail to renters to turn them into buyers and to pre foreclosures for people in my neighborhood. So when I say add another pillar, if your niche, Jenny, is first time home buyers, or if your niche is buyers, your goal is to figure out how to add another pillar. So when I mean other pillar, it could just be mailing to your neighborhood so those people hire you to list their homes. And after listening to Shahida Hill, and I interviewed her, and if you didn't hear the podcast, go to the Socially Savvy Agent on my podcast. It can be on Spotify, it's on iTunes, it's Apple, it's on iHeartRadio, and listen to what she says. niche down and get over yourself. Or you can go watch it on YouTube. So her niche is buyers, 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 buyers. But guess what she learned? Because she was only talking about buyers, she has sellers. So when she goes to a listing appointment, because she said this on Tuesday, when she goes to a listing appointment, what happens is she pulls out her listing packet and she said, "This is my YouTube channel. I have 200,000 plus subscribers." And then she converts because now the sellers think that she has a pocket of buyers, which she really does. So when I say niche down, but then add something else. And it doesn't have to be hard. What are you willing to do, Jenny? Um, all right. So again, your daily tracker, your daily checklist is in if you type in the word checklist. I recommend the full class, but you can just buy the checklist. Number two, dominate digitally. Many top producers still treat Instagram like it's Facebook, like 2010, for real. And let me tell you, there's someone right now, if you guys get a DM and they say to you, "Hey, I saw you on Carrie's live on Friday. Can I help coach you?" There is someone right now that is hijacking my lives. That is not okay. But you can have a conversation with them because good luck, because they've got 12 followers. So you, on the other hand, show up on, you got reels, you got YouTube shorts, you got TikTok, you've got stories and live video. Pick something. And as hard as you might think it is, back in 2001, every single month I would make my own postcards and then I would cut them and I would mail. Every single month I would walk my own subdivision. I would walk 200 townhouses every single month. Every Friday, if I had a listing, I was paying for ads in the local newspaper, at least $100. So if you are not creating social media content every day, it's not a part of your business. You can create a story because the story does self-destruct. All right. So and by the way, if you're like, where do I start? Pick the social media platform where your network is and add something after you've mastered that one. I do recommend YouTube. Number three, offer a better experience. Now you cannot go in. So if Devin was the seller and I go to Devin and I say, "Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm better than Patty." That's a violation of license law. Sorry, it's an ethics violation. I can't go put another agent down. You will get a citation. What I can do is show them that my experience is better all the way through the process. So offer a better experience. Top producers sometimes they treat clients like numbers. But you can offer boutique level services, fast responses, helpful guides. And by the way, if you have I maybe what I'll do is I have bonuses in the Focus Factor course that so if you type in the word checklist and you invest in the $49 course as just opposed to the $29 checklist, I have bonus videos on lead generation. What I will I'm going to add the Google video on how to create a free giveaway. So I'll do that when I'm done. That means it won't happen if I don't write it down. So let me write this down. These are my notes from Shahida. So let me write this down. Add the Google landing. If you are in Illinois, my recommendation is to go add the lead capture form from Connect MLS. That's what I did for Mark because he's doing video every day. All right. Number four, and you know I'm going to say this, leverage data better. They might say it's a great time to buy. You are going to talk about median sales price. You're going to talk about the absorption rate. How long does it take for properties to sell? How many days does it take to get to contract? How many showings are they competing with? You are going to master data. Come see me in class. I'm sure I'm teaching InfoSparks in August. So you need to know the numbers in your area. And by the way, when you invest in the checklist, let me tell you, I have I show you here, I have a video in there on how to post on LinkedIn using data. And I'm telling you, those posts on LinkedIn get me engagement and they've got me interviews. You got your detailed realtor You know, I want to tell you something about that word realtor. There's trademark rules, but I digress. So, yeah, you got to master knowing your numbers. Educate like you're the neighborhood economist. You are now Dr. Lawrence Yun. You need to be own the data. And I'm going to say that if I was creating 30 days of content or 31 days of content, go talk about data, even though you might not get the responses. But you could leverage ChatGPT to talk about data and make it fun. When I say boutique service, think about the concierge. Think about when you go to Nordstrom. Has anyone, Nordstrom and Oak Brook, has anyone ever gone into Oak Brook, Nordstrom or Nordstrom? Because I used to work in Oak Brook. And when I say concierge, if you came when I was in custom jewelry, listen, by the time you were done, you were buying earrings and a necklace and a bracelet because I know that you either have a girlfriend and a wife and everybody's getting something. So I mean that exclusive service where they feel like you are doing more than just having a checklist, like you're just checking the boxes next, next, next. Um, and again, create that buyer guide. You need something to give away. You need something to give away. Number 6, collaborate where they compete. Top producers protect their turf. And I have watched agents when I worked in an office in Wheaton and Glen Ellen. Man, let me tell you, these agents are cutthroat. They were mad at each other for mailing to their neighborhoods. And I'm watching them say, I'm looking at them saying, what? You don't own the market. You don't own this neighborhood. So if you live in a neighborhood and all you see is Tom or Tina or Mary or Sarah or Tatiana mailing, you mail just like them. And as a matter of fact, use Realist, use Remind, use RPR, your tax system, and use predictive analytics to target the people that are likely to sell. Do something different. I need one of you on October 31st, whether you like Halloween or not, do something different on Halloween. So, top producers protect their turf. You collaborate. You shine. Go. Offer to sit their open houses. Create vendor partnerships. Do any of you are you willing to do a podcast? If you feel like overwhelmed, remember the focus factor. I do really want you to focus on what you are willing to do over time and give your value and people remember that I'm the data expert. They do, and they remember that I'm Coffee with Carrie. Number 7, stay consistent even when it's boring. You have to remain consistent. You got to work through the boredom. Some of you stop because you haven't generated a lead. Eventually you will convert. Eventually you will convert. And by the way, if it's not scheduled, I lost my coffee. Oh, if it's not scheduled, it doesn't exist. So, what were the 7 tips? Number 1, outwork their comfort zone. Number 2, dominate digital. Number 3, offer a better experience. You don't have to know what they do, but offer a better experience. Number 4, leverage data better. Number 5, niche down and own it. While they're going wide, you're going deep. It could be first time buyers, divorcees, investors, VA buyers, seniors. Pick a lane and dominate it on social media. Eventually, you will be known as that expert. Number 6, collaborate where they compete. Top producers protect their turf, but collaborate. Go to broker tours. Let people know that you're outside. Post in your stories what you're doing today. Do not share someone else's listing without permission. Do not videotape another agent's listing without permission. Number 7, stay consistent even when it's boring. Top producers often get too busy for the basics. And eventually you'll become that top producer, so you will have to expand and you will have to hire someone to help. So stick to your daily checklist, not someone else's daily checklist. And I'm going to go back to the truth. You can absolutely, or to the top, you can absolutely beat a top producing agent at their own game, but not by playing their game. You have to change the narrative. You have to change it. So I'm going to say the tips again. You might see a blog post. It is number 1, outwork their comfort zone. So you need to write. Number 2, I need you to dominate on digital. Number 3, offer a better experience. Number 4, leverage data better. Number five, niche down and own it. And number six, collaborate where they compete. And number seven, stay consistent. Oh, what I'll do with this is once it transcribes, I will add it to the master class, the focus factor. So if you type in the word checklist, if you invest in the full class, if you just want the checklist, I get it, just go get the checklist. But the full class is less than an hour. There's two separate videos, a part one and a part two, and there's additional resources. If you're in the membership, go read my Facebook post. Go read my Facebook post. But I will definitely add the transcript in the class. So for those of you that are still here, whether you are on TikTok or you are on Instagram or you are listening to the podcast or watching me on YouTube, please, all of you, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have goals, 2025, 26 goals for YouTube. So here's what you need to remember. If it's not scheduled, it doesn't exist. You don't need 100 deals a year. I will tell you when you figure out how many deals you can manage, it'll be easier for you to convert. I am teaching a goal setting class in September. If you're not in the membership, I will make it available. The membership is totally changing. I might be using another platform. So, you need consistent closings and raving fans. Be the agent who's present, show up, personal and professional. That's a combination top producers can't always match because that's all they're doing. Although, if the goal is to be a top producer, don't forget you need to be present and personal and professional. Don't forget it because I hear the stories, and that is often why an agent that doesn't have as many transactions will get hired. So, if you want that custom checklist so you can customize your own, type in the word list or type in the word checklist and invest. If you're not ready, keep coming back and watch me live on Instagram. I typically go live every single Friday. I have other classes. I will be teaching Canva in person in Downers Grove, Illinois on August 6th in the morning. If you missed the in person class, I am always teaching. I just finished a Canva class for continuing ed. I have to give it an update because I reached out to IDFPR and they said don't title it Canva. So I have to go make some changes. So that'll be a 2-hour class. But the one on August 6th will actually be hands on. So come with your computers and be patient because not everybody is going to be at the same level. So if you type in the word list, LIST, you can invest it. When I tell you it's worth it, if I could get some of you to just show up and do one thing a week, if you are dual career, let me challenge you when you get the list. If you're dual career, you have to have a win. Some of you need to write in your checklist, make the bed. Some of you, number two, need to actually get up and get showered for the day. Number three, you need to eat breakfast. Even if you don't like breakfast, a smoothie, something. Number four, your simple list could be that you are going to read something, post something in your story because you're not really ready to create the reels yet. And then number five, you have to figure out how to do some type of marketing every single day. It doesn't have to be 100 postcards. It doesn't have to be, if you're thinking, Carrie, I'm not prepared. Now, first of all, I think all of you, if you go to Costco, you can get stamps cheaper, but you can't get postcard stamps. So don't do that. Go to the US Post Office. But I keep, and some of you, I got this. This is literally something in the way, but we're gonna try to move it over. It gets a little chaotic, but this is down here at the bottom. I literally have, let's see, which one can I pull out? I'll pull out this one. So I have stamps and I have so many blank note cards that I send something every day. Maybe not on the weekend, but and sometimes I send them to you. If you send me a DM, if I feel like I need to figure out how to meet with you in person, I do that. If you send me something, I try to send thank you notes. And if I miss today, I just do it again the next day. And these same note cards also get sent to cancels or expireds. So I keep this right here, and you can go onto Amazon. You can buy a stack of note cards. You can go to the Dollar Tree. TJ Maxx. You can even go to TJ Maxx today and go videotape the note cards that you're buying and put them in your story and say, hey, if you're not in my database, go to the link in my bio, fill out my Google form because I want to make sure I am connecting with you. So remember, type in the word list by itself and you'll get a direct message. If you are not already following me, you do need to follow me to actually get the link, or you can just go to my link tree in my bio if you are on TikTok. And if you're on TikTok, TikTok and ManyChat don't work for me yet. I know they're working on an upgrade. So if you're on TikTok, you need to go to my bio and you actually have to click on my link tree link, and then you'll get access to the actual checklist. If you want to send to me, my mailing address is on the MLS. 1879 North Neltnor. My mailing address is on the MLS. If you really want my home address, send me a DM. And I'm using this mug today because Trina from Arizona was like, Carrie, when are you going to use my mug? Here we go. Hey, Michelle, making moves. I like that. So again, I am Carrie Little, your host of Coffee with Carrie. Thank you for listening to me over on TikTok, the podcast, and on YouTube. Go to YouTube, Google me. Go just search Carrie Little. My goal is to get back on track, especially after listening to Shahida Hill. I got a podcast. I got a lot. Goals. I got goals. So today it's gonna feel like a lot, but I'm doing a lot of videos over on TikTok. Okay, everything is content, right? Everything is content.